On June 13th of this year, John Harwood on X posted this. He said, people who insist Biden will pardon Hunter after specifically ruling out are telling on themselves. They can't imagine someone acting on principle and keeping his word. It's hilarious because if you haven't already heard the news, obviously, President Joe Biden has pardoned his son on gun and tax charges despite previous promises that he would not do so. And this is quite interesting on a number of different levels, but this was the specific White House statement from Joe Biden regarding the reasoning for pardoning his son Hunter. He said, today I signed a pardon for my son Hunter. From the day I took office, I said I wouldn't interfere with the Justice Department's decision-making, and I kept my word, even as I have watched my son being selectively and unfairly prosecuted without aggravating factors like use in a crime, multiple purchases, or buying a weapon as a straw purchaser. People are almost never brought to trial on felony charges solely for how they filled out a gun form. Those who were late paying their taxes because of serious addictions but paid them back subsequently with interest and penalties are typically given non-criminal resolutions. It is clear that Hunter was treated differently. He goes on to say the charges in his case came only after several of my political opponents in Congress instigated them to attack me and oppose my election. Then a carefully negotiated plea deal agreed to by the Department of Justice unraveled in the courtroom with a number of my political opponents in Congress taking credit for bringing political pressure on the process. Had the plea deal held, it would have been fair, reasonable, and a resolution for Hunter's cases. No reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's cases can reach any other conclusion than Hunter was singled out only because he's my son, and that is wrong. He said, there has been an effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober, even in the face of unrelenting attacks and selective prosecution. In trying to break Hunter, they've tried to break me. And there's no reason to believe it will stop here. Enough is enough. No one should be above the law. I don't care who you are. And at the end of the day, this is exactly what this sets. This sets the tone that Joe Biden has gone against specifically what he said he wouldn't do. Now he's saying, hey, I'm a father, and at the end of the day, this is why I'm doing this, because he's my son. But here's the problem with this. If you guys haven't heard, the pardon basically extends all the way back to 2014, essentially eliminating any crimes that he's conducted up to that point. So Joe Biden's blanket pardon of Hunter covers the entire period from 2014 and the CIA coup in Ukraine, when Hunter was appointed to the board of the Ukrainian gas company. This means he can't be investigated for any criminal activity during this time frame. So I hope you guys are paying attention to this. Does this also mean that there's a precedent set for those who were affiliated or connected or convicted in any way to do with January 6th? We need to ask that question as well. Because this guy, who actually has done things and there is verifiable evidence and proof basically on flash drives on his laptop and all the various means that are available to the CIA and the FBI that have not been prosecuted and brought forth. Why is he not being prosecuted for these things? How is he able to be able to get this presidential pardon that removes all liability, consequence of law for illegal actions? There should still be a means to prosecute for crimes that were actually committed that has been known about for quite some time now and has just been covered up and brushed under the rug because he's President Joe Biden's son. Joe Biden himself in this tweet says no one is above the law. Well, unless your name's Hunter Biden. And I mean, think about this. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre has repeatedly said that Joe Biden would not pardon his son Hunter. But now he's gone back and done it. But is it really any surprise to any of us whatsoever?
Okay, let me go back to the first question of the briefing. I know you said not a lot's changed since yesterday and that it's a personal matter, but from a presidential perspective, is there any possibility that the president would end up pardoning his son?
No.
You've also said several times that the president would not pardon or commute the sentences for his son, Hunter. I just want to make sure that that is not going to change over the next 6 months. The president's saying he would not.
It's still a no. It's still a no.
It will always be a no.
It's still a no. It will be a no. It is a no, and I don't have anything else to add. Will he pardon his son? No.
I'm extremely proud of my son, Hunter. He has overcome an addiction. He's one of the brightest, most decent men I know. And I am satisfied that I'm not going to do anything. I said I abide by the jury decision, and I will do that, and I will not pardon him.
Now, this is something that's not being really talked about in this whole instance, And this is quite interesting. It says that on Thanksgiving, Hunter apparently had told his father about a book he had been writing that would go public with everything, including information about Joe, okay, and the rest of the family and a lot of other details about other people involved. Days later, his father comes out and signs a blanket pardon, a blank pardon, if you will, for his son to basically take advantage of. And this is per a White House official who's stating this. So did he essentially blackmail his dad into making this decision to begin with? I mean, this is quite insane, guys. This is wild on many, many different levels. So you got to think about this for a second. Biden, who won't even meet with his granddaughter, Navy, okay, didn't pardon his son because he's a good father. He did this because, as his son admits, on the hard drive, for 30 years, Hunter has given half the millions he collected to the boss, the big guy, okay, who's part of the crime family. And this stuff was about to be exposed. I mean, you've probably seen some of the magazine in detail in terms of what's been put out that was on the hard drive, on the laptop, that went public. 140 different business crimes, 191 sex crimes, 128 drug crimes. Joe can basically pardon his son for taxes and gun charges. But there's a lot more crimes both of them better get ready to answer for, because accountability should be coming. There's 459 total crimes in all by the Biden crime family and associates that have to be held to account. Okay, so here's the pardon itself, okay, just that way we can read it together. It's under the immediate release of the statement. It goes on to say, executive grant of clemency, Joseph R. Biden, President of the United States of America, to all whom these present shall come, okay, greetings. Be it known to this day, I, Joseph R. Biden, Jr., President of the United States, pursuant to my powers under Article 2, Section 2, Clause 1 of the Constitution, have granted unto Robert Hunter Biden a full and unconditional pardon for those offenses against the United States which he has committed or may have committed or taken part in during the period of time from January 1st, 2014 through December 1st, 2024, including but not limited to all offenses charged and prosecuted, including any that have resulted in convictions by Special Counsel David C. Weiss in docket number 123 CR 00061 MN of the United States District Court for the District of Delaware, and docket number 2-23 CR 00599 MCS 1 in the United States District Court in the Central District of California, in testimony whereof I have hereunto signed my name and caused the pardon to be recorded with the Department of Justice, done in the city of Washington this first day of December in the year of our Lord 2024, and of the independence of the United States, the 249th. Guys, this is wild. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Please drop some comments. Let me know what you're thinking about this. What's your opinion? What's your take? What am I not seeing here? What are we missing? Okay. If you have any insights, any other information that has not already been expressed here, drop it down in the comments. I want to hear from you guys. Let me know. This is a hot topic for today. And I think it bears a lot of weight because you think about people like Julian Assange. You think about other people like those involved in J6. You think about others who are locked away, who presidential pardons should be allocated for, who actually deserve them. Whereas people who have committed crimes just get a blank check, or in this case, a blank pardon wide open from January 1st of 2014 all the way through December 1st of 2024. That is absolutely insane. Basically, wide open. All your crimes are wiped away. Anything you've done or anything you will be convicted of, wiped away on record. Absolutely wild. I want to hear from you guys. Drop your comments. Be sure to follow me right here on Rumble, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you're following. Drop your comments. Share this out. Let's get this thing hot today. I want to hear from you. See you soon.